Freaks? How's it going? This is Andrew from the Freaks of Nature podcast, coming to you with another episode of Freak Finds. Now, this episode was brought to you by Ebensburg Goodwill, okay? And it's kind of a small store. You got to hit it up quite often to find anything of value. This find came maybe on a third trip in about a week to that store. As long as you're persistent, there's some cool stuff that you can come across, and you just have to be persistent. I went on break from work, and I just kind of checked around and found some cool stuff. So, without further ado, I have two pickups that I'm going to talk with you about, okay? And they're both really cool as far as cases go. If you watch the other videos, you know how much I really like a good quality case. So, Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake. Okay, now some people out there hate this movie. Some people out there always have hated this movie, but this is one of those movies that deserves credit for bringing the slasher back, because in the post-90s Scream era, the slasher was beaten into the ground, and although I do enjoy most of the films from that era, we kind of moved on as horror fans, and studios went in a different direction, and the success of The Grudge and The Ring brought the gray ghosts, and then eventually Saw. So we have the special edition. Not every Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake came like this. This is kind of a special case. And this is what it looks like on the front, and that's what it looks like on the back. As you can see, there is a price of $5.99. In my opinion, totally worth it. Although you could probably get this new in the regular edition for much less than that if you were so inclined to look for it. So, special features are as follows. The first disc, there is 3 feature-length commentaries on the production, story, and technical aspects of the film. That's pretty sweet. Featuring producer Michael Bay. I know everybody hates Michael Bay, but I think he's produced a lot of good stuff. This being one of those films. Also, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'll fight anyone that says that those two movies suck, because they don't. Now, I'm a guy that dedicated my entire arm to the Ninja Turtles, so I think I know a thing or two. You got Michael Bay, Marcus Nispel, who is the director, Jessica Biel, Eric Balfour, and more. So, of course, the famous actress and her love interest of the film. And it says much more. I haven't listened to any of them yet, but I'm going to. And that's all for disc 1. That's pretty common in these multiple disc releases from the mid-2000s. And disc 2, there's an alternate opening and ending. There is a thing called Severed Parts, which I guess is a clever way of naming deleted scenes, as it says deleted scenes documentary on what was cut from the film and why. So a lot of times you'll get just deleted scenes, and this release, they go in depth and explain what didn't make the cut, why it was put on the cutting room floor, etc. That's a pretty sweet feature. After that, you got Chainsaw Reduh, Making a Massacre. This is a comprehensive feature-length documentary covering the film's origins, casting and production through makeup, film scoring, marketing, and fan reaction. That's awesome. I love documentaries like that. I buy this stuff specifically for the documentaries. I'm a documentary guy. I love them. I almost swore. I'm trying to stay clean. Then you got an Ed Gein, The Ghoul of Plainfield, a shocking documentary on the real killer that inspired the film. So I'm about halfway through the special features, and already there's multiple documentaries. Totally worth the money you spend for this set. After that, there's a screen test featuring actors Jessica Biel, Eric Balfour, and Erica Learson. And screen tests are always fun. We actually just got to see the screen test of Mr. Pattinson in the bat suit. Sometimes they look really cool, sometimes they don't. That one was a total fail, but that's not what this video is about. It's cool to watch that stuff so you can kind of see, because a screen test can lead to an actor not being employed on a project. It can lead to an actor that wasn't in consideration landing the role. So that stuff's really, really fun to watch. After that, we got art galleries featuring production and Leatherface concept art, original theatric trailer, TV spots, and a Moto Grader Suffocate music video. Now, that was also a popular thing when bands would do music for a film. I remember Ready to Rumble had a Biff Naked music video for their cover of We're Not Gonna Take It. And obviously these aren't the only two movies that have ever done that. And that was always like a neat extra feature to have. It's like when Will Smith had Men in Black and Wild Wild West VHS include his music video at the end. Just neat thing, cool to have. There's DVD-ROM features as well as script-to-screen, storyboard viewer, and a link to the original website, which is always fun to go back and look at those old websites. They still work, trust me. I like reading scripts. The Romero DVDs that I have all have scripts on them, and I used to actually have a copy of, I believe it was Dawn of the Dead script, and Romero is famous for like being terrible at grammar and spelling and stuff, so it's always fun to go in and look at scripts and see how the writer's vision translated to the screen. So we're gonna go ahead and slip this baby on out of that. Okay, so you got classic cardboard outer case, and then right here you got the chainsaw blade, blood. Turn it around, same thing. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Now this opens up like so. It comes up here at the top. You have your chapter selections, okay? Down here it says DVD-ROM extras. So this goes more in depth on the special features on the DVD-ROM, and continues to open down, and look at that chainsaw blade. It's gonna come get you. So you got disc 1. Coming down here, you might be able to guess, disc 2. And down here, not included, is there was a booklet, and I used to have this. I had this exact copy, brand new when it was released. There was I think about a 32 to 40 page booklet that came with this that unfortunately wasn't included in this find. I'm sure there's somebody out there that might sell it to me, and I'll look into that. But for now, this is a cool set that I found for $5.99 at a Goodwill store. I can't complain too much about not having that booklet, because I'm sure somebody out there might have it. And if I can't obtain it, it's not the worst thing in the world for this set. So I've always harped on collectability and what a case should look like and what a case should feel like. And this is the type of stuff that I'm referencing. That is a cool, unique set that is based around a theme of a chainsaw blade that is unique to only this film. So this is really cool, and it gets lots of points on presentation alone. It has a crap ton of special features, lots of documentaries, a lot of bang for your buck. This thing is awesome. Whether you love the film or are indifferent to the film, this is a set that delivers. This is a 8 out of 10 for me. And keeping along with that theme of like really good boxes to go with a lot of features, I have another thing that I purchased on this find. And this is actually the third time that I've owned this. I had the original release on Blu-ray, and then I obtained it in the DVD form after I had to sell my original set. And then I had to sell that collection. Hopefully this third time, everything stays with Daddy. But this is the extended collector's edition of Avatar. Okay, again, this is a movie that time has not been great to as far as opinions go. I will say this, if you've listened to the podcast, we discussed this in depth. I consider Avatar to be the best theatrical experience of my life. Of course, I saw it as it was intended to be seen in IMAX 3D, okay? There was a thing called Avatar depression after the release of this film. People were actually becoming super depressed, and there were even reports of suicides. I'm not going to substantiate them. I didn't research it, nor do I really care to. There were reports of suicides because people had become so depressed that our world sucks, and the world of Avatar was so beautiful. Okay, now I'm sure if you watch this 1080p, 4K, it's going to be striking. The visuals are there for you. You're going to enjoy it. The basic plot line of this movie being cowboys and Indians in space doesn't even bother me that much. So what we have here is a movie that I really enjoy, although I actually have only watched it the one time because I know no matter what, the experience isn't going to be the same. And I don't know if I could ever separate myself from that. But this case alone sold me. So, there is a slipcover. It's 3-disc DVD set. And this booklet just slides right out of this cardboard slipcover. And then over here, it's a solid. This is like a book. Okay? And this is a hardback slipcover that protects these. And again, you have your book design. These are really cool too. So here on the front, there's Jake Sully. On the back, that's that design. And you open it up. Okay, and like I said, this is a booklet. Hardback book presentation. I still have the slipcover of this. Okay, so this goes into what's inside of this. My baby's waking up from his nap. You say disc 1, Avatar Part 1, disc 2, Avatar Part 2. Disc 3, Filmmaker's Journey. And over here, more beautiful artwork, information at the bottom. More beautiful artwork, information at the bottom. More beautiful artwork, information at the bottom. So where are the DVDs? The DVDs come out like this. Each page has a little envelope that has them in there. So it's 3-disc set, and they all pop out right like that, and they're protected on the inside. And there's the third. So, what do we have as far as special features go? Exclusive alternate opening on Earth, capturing Avatar, an in-depth feature-length documentary covering the filmmaker's journey, including all new interviews with James Cameron, John Landau, cast and crew. So that's feature length too. That's not even like a 20-minute or 30-minute thing. This is a feature length, probably going to be an hour and 30 minutes. Over 45 minutes of never before seen footage and deleted scenes. There's a family audio track, all objectionable language removed, and more. And of course, the and more part is covered here. I'm going to show that to you because I'm going to end this video so I can go attend to my 7-month-old son. But in the meantime, this set is a solid 9 out of 10. It is a good set. It is an entertaining movie. It has tons of special features and a unique box that's unlike anything else that feels right to have as a collector. So, if you can come by this, and I have come by this thing several times. This is, like I said, the third time that I've owned this. You happen upon this, you're trying to collect, let your feelings for the movie kind of step aside, because you might actually find more reasons to like, appreciate, or even love this film like I do in a set like this. Sometimes all it takes is a really cool collector's item to sell you on something that you're indifferent to. If you hate Avatar, if you absolutely hate Avatar and you don't like it, don't waste your time. let somebody who appreciates it have it. Okay? So, in the meantime, stay freaky, freaks. I'll see you later.